Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back to Client Side Chats. We always have special guests. This one close, near, and dear to my heart, Terrie Norris. And before Terrie, you say hello or anything, and we get you in here, I just have to tell people that, Terrie is a trailblazer in the American Society of Safety Professionals, the ASSP, been a great leader and, very deserving, culminating in her recognition as a fellow for the ASSP. So, well done, Terrie. But we can both say we knew each other back when, that kind of thing, right, Terrie? So,
Right.
so, so Terrie, hey, tell everybody, who you are, what you do, a little bit about the company you work for.
Okay. I work for Sedgwick. We're a risk management firm, 27,000 employees in 65 countries around the
Wow.
world. I actually started with Bickmore 15 years ago. They were acquired by York, and then last fall we were acquired by Sedgwick. And each time we've grown into a little bit bigger organization. So it's really amazing to be part of this huge international organization and to know that our department in risk control is on the cutting edge of a new part of what the company's pushing to increase the business that they do. So
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And I know in that you've had opportunity to do a lot of work around EH&S and see all sorts of different types of clients and, small to large, actually very large, those kind of things, which has been really cool. So I was going to ask you, if you didn't mind, share a safety success story with us. What is it? How I was it successful? What happened? Those kind of things. So yeah, go for it.
okay, well, I'm actually going to take you back past 15 years
There we go. Good.
because if you think about it, what I started at the beginning of my career, I got introduced to this quality control device or tool where they brought us all together and created quality control teams. But it was pretty much breaking down everybody's barriers and making them a team. And I thought, let's do that with safety. So I was working for James River Paper Corporation. We had 9 departments,
Hmm.
and our safety committee wasn't necessarily representative of all of that. So I
Hmm.
created 3-day workshops for 9 departments and gave them this quality control type training where we broke them down from being a traditional gripe committee to
Uh-huh.
being a problem solving team. And then they each elected a member to sit on the central safety committee who reported to the executive when they wanted money. They had to come up with the problem statement, the solution, and figure out what was the feasible corrective action, including its cost, to move it up the chain of command. What was amazing is after I left James River Paper Corporation, they invited me back a year later for the awards banquet, the safety awards banquet, to show me that my system was still in place and had made even greater strides in safety, and it had continued. So honestly, doing the safety committee training, which has actually been pared down to more like a day these days,
Hmm.
I've implemented that every time I've been asked to set up a safety committee. When I went to work for FlexFab, I was their first ever safety person. And so we created a safety team and we started doing things together, like we did job safety analysis. So I got the engineering department to just tape the job a little bit longer when they were doing it for timing and materials.
Hmm.
And then we brought in the maintenance guys, the operator, the supervisor, and engineering to review those tapes at their leisure. I taught them how to do a JSA and I never had to do another one. And
Oh,
they went
nice.
from being able to get maybe 6 done in a year and they got them all done in about 24 months. I got the maintenance guy to go to an ergonomics training program. And I went back to that company after I'd left them. Safety committee's still going, and I got a tour of the plant to show me all the new ergonomic tables they'd put in and all these
Wow.
changes they had done. While I was at FlexFab, we had actually reduced our number of lost time days by over 1,000 in the first 18 months that
Hmm.
I was there, and we were able to reduce our self-insured retention levels because we had an involved safety committee. We were doing new things like JSAs and in doing actually root cause analysis on losses.
Ah.
So we used all those tools. And from there, I ended up going, I actually worked for Armstrong Air Conditioning in Ohio, which is mandated by Fed OSHA,
Hmm.
put in the safety committee, which created a safety and health fair for all the employees and their families that after I left, they extended it to the town. But while I was there, we were able to reduce our workers' comp experience. We had been in a state mandated program while I was there. And because of our improvements in safety, we got to go into a retro program. In the first year in the retro program, which you pay your state mandated amount of billing up
Hmm.
front. And if you're really good, you get money back. Well, we got back 169,000 plus
Wow.
dollars.
That's significant.
And we got an award from the Ohio State Workers' Compensation Board for having reduced our experience by over 25% in a 12-month period.
Yeah, that's
And
fantastic.
it's all about changing a griping safety committee, which dumps it all on the safety guy, make me safe, to creating a problem solving team. So that's a tool that I have used over and over and over again, whether it was Bickmore or York or Sedgwick to this day.
Hmm.
When I talk to a client, and most of my clients are public entities, and they say, our safety committee hasn't run in a while. We'd like you to come in and help us get them back excited again. And I'll say, well, let's talk about doing a safety team. Because when you have a safety team, we teach them problem solving, we teach them communication skills, we teach them about their personal communications barriers and how to overcome those. And then we teach them to share leadership responsibility. And that's
Okay.
where the parking lot comes up. And you know the parking lot because you've
Yep.
experienced it. When you're in a
Yep.
meeting and somebody goes off agenda or they're pulling something up too soon,
Yep.
anybody in the room can say park it. And you park
Yep.
that idea in the parking lot. And then at the end of the meeting, you go through, did we already address this? Is this something we have time to address now? Or is this something that we're going to send to task force and address at the next meeting? So I've continued over my career to take that one little experience with quality control
Hmm.
and evolve it and refine it and add other risk control tools and resources to continue making a difference in either the employees with whom I was working when I was in private industry
Hmm.
or with my clients now that I'm assigned to public entities, which can range from preschool through high school to community college to university to counties and city governments and still some private clients as well.
Yeah,
So it's been
that's
such an exciting career and everything's new all the time, but reliable tools.
yeah. Oh, you're not kidding. But see, what I love about this, as you pointed out, in getting the team and getting people engaged in this whole process and breaking down the barriers and really getting everybody focused in the right direction, you've morphed this over time to make it better as it went along. And it sounds like even the companies you work for, they did the same thing as they were going forward, which
Yeah.
really leads to success that way. I mean, talk about a lasting legacy there. So, like I said at the beginning, a trailblazer. So there you go. Well, Terrie, thank you for joining us today. Thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate it. I know that you have other safety success stories, so I'd like to invite you back if you're up for it sometime in the
Sure.
future and share some more with us. I think that's great.
Okay, as long as I haven't like spilled all the beans all in once.
Nope, you're doing great. So, all right. Thanks, Terrie. Take care.